So we just arrived. We're here shooting content all day.
Yeah.
Right to the first tee. You haven't hit a golf ball.
No, and it's very common. A ton of people, people's schedules are tight.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have time to warm up, but a lot of the time, not so much.
Yeah, you're just running out, and now you're faced with this here.
Lots of trouble, kind of uphill tee shot, a little bit of wind.
Blind, can't really see
Blind.
the landing spot. Maybe haven't seen a golf course before. Are you really going to make that great of a swing on
Right.
the first hole?
Yeah, and I don't think it matters whether it's an easy hole or a hard hole. The first hole is going to get your nerves up no matter what.
Yeah. So a couple of things you need to think about is obviously the adrenaline, the excitement's going to be up. You're looking forward to the day, whether you're positive or negative in that there.
Yeah.
So if we looked at your resting heart rate at this stage, it's going to be much higher.
Elevated. I could probably measure it for you later.
Yeah, so it'd be really interesting to see what it is at this stage and actually see the ability for you to perform.
Yeah.
So if our resting heart rate is high, there's a little hack that we can do.
Okay.
So
Okay, so I'm definitely elevated. I was just 97 just there.
okay.
I'm generally resting at about 50 or 52. And now I'm up to about 103.
Okay, let's just make a couple of swings.
Okay.
I'll hold your phone.
Keep an eye on me.
Yep. Couple of swings, just warming up. Get moving a little bit. Okay. Just trying to get loose,
Yep.
you know? So now you've gone from being up in the high 90s, obviously elevated, to now 124, 125.
Just making a few swings.
126. So your resting heart rate is up to 126.
Wow.
Now you're on the tee and you're not really nervous because we're shooting content. There's nobody here watching.
Yeah.
Now you're over 130.
I can feel I can actually feel my heartbeat a bit.
Now imagine that you're on the first tee and you've got people watching you and your heart rate's up elevated 150
Plus.
160 it could be,
Yeah.
which is kind of like running.
I was gonna say it's mid-workout basically.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hold your breath for me.
'Kay.
Take a deep breath and hold it. Okay, and do as best job as you can to do it. Okay, so now we're sinking. 110, 105, 100, 98, 96, 94, 92, 88, 86, 84. Let go. And now just constant breathing. 78, 76. And now just manage your breathing now. 72, 71. Okay, now just manage your breathing now, in and out. So we've just taken your heart rate from 120 plus down to
Wow, down to 70.
70s.
That's crazy.
74.
So the initial holding of the breath kind of gets the spike off, and then
Then you need to keep
when
managing.
you breathe, obviously.
Because if you're,
Then you're screwed. Yeah.
it's just gonna go. It's gonna go straight back there, and there
Yeah.
will be a little bit of a bounce. So as you get ready, now you're in a comfortable position where you could hit this tee shot without an extreme elevated. So your resting heart rate's 80 at the minute.
Which is reasonable for like a performance situation. You're
not
not going to
be too bad. Even up into 100, you're going to be totally fine. You're not even going to notice it. You get up over 120, there's going to be
You'll feel it.
So now you're in the 70s.
Perfect. That's a great trick. So
you-
basically, if you can take 12 seconds before your shot, which of course you can.
Yeah.
You're talking to your buddies. Your buddy hits, you just stand there. You do. No one has to know you're doing
Nobody would even know.
No.
You wouldn't even and you honestly, you wouldn't even tell anybody.
it. No.
You would just practice it, and I have this do with the pros a lot, and I try it myself. You can almost feel everything kind of sinking.
like a let go
because
of it.
everything's right up here in your chest.
Right.
It's up here. Even your breathing's all up here in your nose.
Yeah.
So what it does is it sinks it all down into your diaphragm, into your stomach there.
Right.
And then you can start to breathe again. And then you can get the air kind of coming through your lungs properly.
Right.
And then it rests your heart rate into the right spot.
And so a high elevated heart rate will cause just general tension and sort of make a flinchy swing and all this.
The
kind of
biggest
stuff.
thing is it'll change the tempo of your golf swing.
So it's going to get faster, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've stood on tees before where on my practice onto the range, striping, absolutely striping. You stand up on the first tee and you hit one of the worst shots you've ever hit, and you're like, where did that come from? Like, I don't know what happened there.
Yes.
But basically, if you imagine that I asked you to sprint up and down and then asked you to hit a golf shot.
Okay, so it's a similar feeling.
So you're gonna like you're totally out of sequence.
Okay.
Because your rhythm is not naturally where it should be.
Wow.
So now you you won't perform.
That's really quite eye-opening, that.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I would get up to 130 just standing here.
It's amazing.
And you're right, I'm situationally a bit nervous, but it's not the same as first tee situation, because I know that, we're filming this for everyone's benefit. If anything, it's better if I'm nervous. Even with that in mind, it's nervous.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, you're going to go through the same process again.
Okay.
Breathing, hold your breath. So we're going to tee one up.
Perfect.
We're going to tee one up, hold your breath.
So you basically make that part of your 30 seconds before you hit your shot?
Especially in any situation. The more you can train this here, the better you'll be with this shot situation. All right. So go ahead, a couple of swings, get yourself ready. So now we're moving up, we're back up into the 110s again.
Just from a couple swings, because I know I'm about to
Well, you're just about to get ready, so now you're ramping up, and your system's starting to think about what you're doing.
Okay.
So you're up in 115
So now I would take a second and breathe?
Just as you're even just getting ready here. So now you're up in the 120s, but now it's dropping quite quickly. And once you've done that there, let your breath go, a couple of deep breaths, and then go.
Yeah, it's like a decent result. Just kind of up the left side a bit.
Yeah, but
that's
still at 118.
So I probably managed it just enough to keep it out of the 160s.
Yeah. But let's go and do this again. But
do a better job.
Let's get you down into where you did such a good job prior. So maybe if you're planning your tee shot, let's say you're not the first one up and the other person's going.
Yeah.
Now is a great time to get that heart rate down.
So you spend 30 seconds and just do it while you're waiting.
Because the other guy's doing something right now.
Right. So I'll pretend I'm watching him basically.
Yeah. You're gonna watch him. He's standing up. He's lining up. He's getting good. But you're holding your breath in this situation. He goes. He's hitting it. They're looking at it. We're going to give you another couple of seconds to get that down under 100. Okay. Starting to move nicely now. If you need a breath and then another deep breath, go ahead and take it. So this is more the performance side of playing the game instead of thinking about, oh, where's my club, where's this here?
It's just getting yourself calm, basically.
Okay, beautiful. Now you're down into the 70s. You're ready to go.
That's quite effective, that.
Yep.
So I did a second breath just because I felt like I needed to breathe.
Yep. Okay.
So would you go fairly quick from this point? Try not to spend too much time?
You don't have to rush or anything, but
just keep a pace to it?
Yeah, and your breathing's nice and comfortable, and then just go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, that's a better shot. So I got my heart rate down at least 40 from the previous shot, or 30-ish?
Yeah, almost about 45, actually.
So the big difference I notice is when I get nervous, it's blocks and hooks. The first one was, I to be honest, wouldn't be upset with it, but it was a block, relatively. That one, in a more calm situation, started on line and just kind of went back, faded into the fairway. That's interesting. Yeah, that's something for sure.
I knew when I played, like, I had to really pay attention to my breathing and really work really hard at it.
To get it
and I've done it for years with different players and even on myself. It's just hacking your own body chemistry so you understand what you need to do to lower. Like we both wear these whoops.
The whoop band.
The iPhone one that has the iPhone Watch.
Apple Watch has it. I was even going to say, if someone wanted to do like a cheap experiment, the basic Fitbit could help you with that.
100%.
You could probably spend like under $100. Because I do think the awareness of it is helpful. The first time I thought I had got it down and you said, no, you're still at 105, you need that feedback.
100%.
To be able to...
Yeah, just so you know that you're doing it right, because once you get into that feeling, you play so much better. You know, it's the same thing as that you've started the round, you've started off completely like useless, everything's going everywhere, and then you're like, I don't care anymore, I'm going to give up. So what happens is the body just goes, stress, I don't care anymore, and it goes.
Oh, and then it just relaxes.
And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, great, where was that, 3 holes ago?
Yeah, and how many people have said that?
And you don't know the difference, and it could have nothing to do with your skill level or your ability to hit shots. It's just that you're not managing yourself.
So you've sabotaged yourself to basically create the worst technical aspect, or the worst kind of golf swing you can make due to the tension.
And it's the same thing, you know, the situation's perfect because you've just got to the golf course, you've been rushing, you've ran out to the first tee, you're here, okay guys, I'm ready, or where's my ball? Or, you know, you're trying to get everything set. And like, even just from the rushing, from the day-to-day work, from the traffic, from the stress, from, you know, everything else you'll be doing, your heart rate's going to be elevated. Then you throw yourself onto the first tee, and you're going to get shots that you just normally don't get.
Yep.
And understanding that and managing it is a huge, huge part.
It's very interesting. I'm glad we could basically boil down nervousness to heart rate, which is, I think, a very accessible thing to monitor and keep an eye on.
Like even now you're at 83.
So we're back into a comfort range here.
You're very comfortable, you know, but you rushing from the golf course, if you weren't managing this, you might notice that 83 or 90 or whatever it is coming round about the turn.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or 6 or 7 holes in.
That's why people make jokes about like the first 9 as a warm-up, because it takes you 9 holes to calm down.
Yeah.
Awesome.